Welcome back to my channel for another episode on a product I'm not sure I like. But they sent this to me for free. This is a selfie case for your iPhone. That's what it says here. It's called Selfix. I think it was a Kickstarter project made in China. They contacted me if I want to review this, and I was just curious about the product, so I said yes. So they sent this to me for free. I have Stephanie back from her vacation in Spain. For months she left me alone here. I didn't get all my work done because of that. And if you look here, sharper, truer, elevated selfies. So we'll see how this case sets Stephanie in scene. Selfie case for your iPhone. We're going to unbox this now. Then we very likely need to charge it. We do some other shooting in the meanwhile, and then we come back. To open this, we need the Swiss tool. Boom. Let's see. Safety first, Stephanie, right? That's what I always say when I use my Swiss tool. Here we go. Let's start by asking Stephanie, are you taking a lot of selfies of yourself?
I am.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, I'm not a selfie person. I mean, why on earth would I take a photo of my face and send it to people who didn't ask for it? But, you know, that's why we have Stephanie here in the studio. So she will try this out and I will walk you through the features of this case. So let's open it up. Let's see how this works. Okay, it's anyway probably more Stephanie's color if I see this correctly. This is, what is it? Pink, pinkish, looks pinkish. And here, my dear friends on YouTube, you see a display. And that is what I believe pretty innovative. And you basically plug the iPhone in here into the USB-C connector. And what we also have here is a card slot. So we can also use microSD cards. I have one here to expand the storage of this Selfix case. And actually, it's allowing for up to 2 terabytes of storage, which you can access in the menu of your iPhone. So that's per se already pretty cool. What do you think? Have a look. Quality, size, thickness.
I think it's pretty cool for if it really works well. It's not too heavy.
We'll find out.
We will.
We'll find out if it works. All right. I guess we need to charge this for the display, or maybe it's charged by the phone. We can just plug it in. Let's try it out. Maybe we don't need to charge it. Let's see. Maybe it gets power from the phone. So this is my iPhone 17 Pro Max. You see display like a vintage camera, of course. And I guess we click this in like this. Let's see. Yeah, that seems to work. Boom. Have a look.
Fits perfectly.
You like the color?
Yeah, it's pretty.
I think it's available in white, in black, and in light pink. What would you take if you would have a choice?
I think I would take the matching one to my phone.
And
So black.
what? Black?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. By now, we did a bit of research on that case. And by the way, we just agreed it looks fabulous. It gets pretty warm
Oh, yeah.
if you play with it, because there's electronics inside, of course, and a display. So here is an on-off switch, and I think we need to press and hold this. So let's press and hold this here. Let's also have a look on the back side. And then we get a message here, allow accessory to connect. We likely see this also here when it booted up, see, but there's no touch functionality here yet. We'll show you in a moment how this works. And now allow. Something else popped up, my QR code here. And now we are here actually in part of the representation of the screen. Look at that. It's part of the screen. And I guess if I go here to another home screen, it also shows me this here. And yes, it does. That's in sync. Let's swipe back. You see here? Boom, boom. Look here, Stephanie. Boom, boom. It works. So we have a representation, but no touch functionality. And I guess we need to activate this under accessibility and assistive touch. Then we have touch, and then we have assistive touch. So we switch this on. We get this completely annoying button here, which we deactivate now. And I think this is always shows menu deactivated. And now we should also have touch functionality. Let's have a look. Can we now swipe between different screens? Yes, we can. Look, this is screen number 1. This is screen number 2 with my Google apps like YouTube, YouTube Studio, and YouTube Music. If we now activate the camera, so I think we can activate this via the camera access button. Let's press it. And then we should actually see Stephanie here. Look at that. Then I guess we can also switch here from currently the back camera to the front camera. Let's switch it. And now we should be able to see Stephanie here on the display. Look at that. I think we can also flip the representation. Let me go here and flip it. You see, now Stephanie's flipped. Do you like it to be flipped?
I don't see myself flipped.
And yeah, let's go back into selfie mode. I mean, that is the big advantage, right? Because here on the front cameras, you don't have the same image quality as what you have on the back cameras. And this screen now here, this enables actually taking selfies with the main cameras with 48 megapixel, which is pretty cool. And I think we should ask Stephanie to make a nice selfie of herself now.
Okay, let me see. So,
you see yourself?
Yeah, gotta get to the button.
And if you press the camera button again, it will take a selfie of you, I guess. Cool.
Perfect.
Why don't you go into the photo roll and show us the picture? Just swipe it away, the app. Here we go. Wow, that looks cool.
You can also see it from the behind.
Oh, pretty cool. Amazing. So this is a pretty cool gadget, what you see here. And clearly Stephanie has, with this screen here, much better control about what she's doing than if there would be no screen and she would try in this way to take a selfie, which, by the way, you confessed to me is what you're doing most of the time, correct? You don't take selfies with the front camera and see yourself in the screen. You take it blindly with the back camera, correct? So that case actually will, for Stephanie, solve that problem. Let's go for one more shot. And let's see.
We're on camera side. So there you go.
Here we go. I will never understand why people make selfies of themselves. Nice picture. Look at that. And you can also see it from the back. And you can also still even basically remove the background by using the touch functionality here now. You see that? Look here, Stephanie. If I want to copy paste you in some other image, I can just tap and hold here and get you selected out of the background. So this works pretty nice. Have a look here again. This is a function which you also have, of course, on your iPhone. And this all works here and is a very nice image. And since this is the main camera now, we have, of course, all the details, you know, skin texture, eyes, everything is there. This is, of course, a much, much better image quality than what you typically get with the front cameras. And since you see now what's going on, and not like Stephanie in the last years, have to blindly shoot with the back camera, you also get some nice results. And I think this is very nice, is a really good result, and is proof of concept that this Selfix selfie case makes perfectly sense. Here you have, of course, the action button on the iPhone. Here you have volume up, volume down. This is all integrated in the case. Here you have the iPhone on-off switch. And here you have the camera access button. And then here you have the flip button if you take a selfie and want to flip this. And this is all pretty cool. What I want to try out now here at the very end of this short video is I want to get a microSD card into that phone and see how I can access storage. So if we want to get the microSD card into that card holder here, that card slot, we need to get the phone out of the case. And that is always a good test how much you actually like a case, because with some cases, you almost break your fingers if you try to push them out. And that's the same for iPhones, for Samsung phones, but here it's very easy. The rubber case is very elastic and it comes out very, very easily. And you have, of course, now to get here the, let's see, we need to swipe this up here. Here we go. And you see there is already a card inside. It's a 16 gigabyte card, but we have a better card here, which I want to use. Let's open this up again. And then I guess we have to insert this here. So we take the card and we slide it in, contacts on contacts, of course. And then we can close this again, I guess. Here we go. Now it's closed. Now we should have actually access. Here we go. And now we have to power this on. And I guess we have to switch the case on again, which was this button here. Let's see. And here we see now how it's coming up. All right. And if you want to have access to the card now, we go into Files. And then you see here iCloud Drive on my iPhone, recently deleted, and SD card. And you see here we have empty folders, but it's all accessible here. And this is basically the SD card that was just included in the iPhone case. And if you think about it, by the way, you also see it from here again. Look here.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. You see it. It's all mirrored. Only part of it, of course, because that's a circular opening, a circular aperture here. And if you think about that, and I have, I think, 2 terabyte internal memory on this phone. And I can now expand this by another 2 terabyte, which gives you lots of storage options and capacity for, you know, high resolution videos, photos, documents, what have you. And you can fully access it here via the Files app on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Couple of points I want to make in addition. So I removed the phone now, and if I press and hold the on-off switch, nothing happens. And I think I said at the very beginning, do we need to charge the case or do we not need to charge the case? And does it consume battery power from the iPhone? And the answer to that is the latter one. So there is no battery built into this case. This would make this case significantly thicker. And if we compare here with my original Apple case, it already expresses additional functionality by a thicker dimension. You see that here? It's definitely thicker. But if you would include a battery here, like an additional, let's call it power pack for the iPhone and for the case, this would get even more thick. And I think this is probably the limit what they thought at Dock Case when they developed this Selfix selfie case. The second point I wanted to make is this is an AMOLED display, and these displays are very efficient. But of course, if I click this in here again, let me quickly do it. And I would switch it on now, it will start to consume power from the iPhone. So it will drain a bit of battery life from your iPhone and shorten the lifespan of your iPhone. What is your guess, Stephanie? What do you think? How much power will it consume? Will it cost you an hour, 2 hours?
I have absolutely no idea, but I will say maybe 1 hour, 1.5.
Yeah, and I think Stephanie nailed it because we all have no clue. We don't know. And I don't think that Dock Case makes specific, gives us specifications on how much power consumption you have. What we know is that these type of AMOLED displays are very efficient, so they don't need a lot of battery, draining it from the iPhone battery. So that's additional points I wanted to make. Overall, I think a really cool gadget. And for people who are on social media, that's what you pointed out, right? What did you tell me just a moment ago when we thought about that phone?
I'm thinking like Instagrammers or vloggers, if they have to see if they're in frame and they want to take all their videos with a better camera, I think it makes a lot of sense for them.
I think that's spot on. Stephanie, what is the verdict?
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it would make my life a lot easier taking my selfies that way.
You would not have to do it blindly, right?
True. Yeah. And I think it also looks cute. It doesn't make the phone too heavy or too thick. So
it's fine, huh?
Yeah.
I think it's a good innovation. As I said, I'm not a selfie person, but you know, I might be able to use this for other applications. I will think what I can do with the capability of having a display on the back side of the phone and on the front side. I'm sure there are more applications for this setup here than just taking selfies, because that's not what I typically do. But for Stephanie, instead of going blindly, going with the display, of course, is a pretty good idea. If you liked that video, don't forget to drop me a thumbs up. Stay tuned on my channel. There's always more to come. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Stephanie, for being here. Stay safe and healthy. And of course, peace out.